So, hello friends, my name is Ashutosh Kirzat, and today we are going to deep dive into the field of cybersecurity, which is a more complex and critical field. So, here we are going to study the topic that is the insider threats in cybersecurity, and especially we are here to study the case study that is the incidents of the solar winds. So, first, let's begin with the concept of insider threat. So basically, insider threat involved individual misusing of unauthorized access to a company's system as well as data. So let's see what is the relevance of insider threat with the remote work environment. Day by day, the remote work culture is getting increasing, and the remote due to the remote work, the using of the third party tools as well as remote work setup is also get increased. Due to this, due to such. Uh, Insider threat get increased. So basically, there is a significance of insider threat is like insider threat is very difficult to detect as well as to prevent. So therefore, due to the remote work environment, make insider threat is going more and more complex day by day. So we'll see about the solar wind. So that's our case study. So first, see what is the SolarWind. So basically, SolarWind is a IT company providing services to the other IT companies, and their key product is the Aryan product suite. So many government as well as many enterprises uses that Aryan product suite. So what happened in 2020? 2020 in 2020, some attack on that. SolarWind company, and due to these attacks on the Aryan product suite, so most of the companies which are associated with that SolarWind companies get affected. Like thousands of company get affected due to these attacks. So we'll see how this attack actually happens, means timeline of the attack happens. So in the initial case, attackers get the access of that system of SolarWind system by maybe there are some weak credentials used by the SolarWind or using the social engineering they have done this. In the next stage, they have injected the malicious code like Sunburst into the Aryan updates, creating the backdoors for attackers. When customers download this Aryan updates, the attacker's code like Sunburst also gets downloaded. Uh, so this is how the attacks was happen. Now when attack was happen, so there is an important phase like discovery of the attack. So we'll see how the discovery was that attack happened. So there is a firm, cybersecurity firm like FireEye. So they have discovered that attack and investigated, and in their investigation they have revealed that the attack was very extensive and prolonged data breach. So approximately the attack was happening from past 9 to 10 months, and they have included 20 sorry 200 different companies which are associated with the solar wind. So then, what was the impact of that attack? So there are widespread consequences of that attack. The attack affected U.S. government agencies as well as some critical infrastructure also get affected due to that attack, and private companies also, like 16,000 organization potentially compromised in this attack, and there are a lot of financial as well as reputational damage happened due to this attack. SolarWind faced significant economic losses as well as regulatory scrutiny, while customer and partners experience operational and financial disruption due to this attack. So we'll see how the attack was actually executed. Means what are the reasons behind this attack? So first is infiltration method. Attacker utilize advanced techniques to infiltrate the system of SolarWind. So there are some advanced methods used by attackers. Then malicious update with legitimate signatures. So they have injected the malicious update in the legitimate certificate. So no one can detect their attack, and then increase vulnerability from remote work. So in SolarWind, what happens? They have increased the remote work. So due to the remote work increase, the vulnerability also get increased. So therefore, the attack gets happened like due to the third party application involvement in the company. And lastly, the lack of granular monitoring. So there might be the something lacking of monitoring in among the employees as well as the relation between other companies. So this is one of the reason behind the attack gets happen. Then we'll see what lesson we have learned from this attack. So first is insider threats. We get knowledge about insider threats. That is, it is not limited about the internal employee, but it also include the trusted third parties. So whatever the third parties are trusted with the company, so they should not blindly trust on them. Then the second thing is remote operation security. So remote operation necessitates robot security measures specifically designed for distributed environment. So this thing also we learned from this attack. Then zero trust architecture. So this suggests that we should not blindly trust on anyone, any employee or any third party. And next is continuing monitoring. So we have learned that the company should be in a continuing monitoring stage of their employees as well as uh, whatever the organization they are in the relation for business with. And then last is regular security audits. So organizations should do regular security audits. So particularly focus on third-party tools to ensure compliances and security. So these lessons we have learned from the attack which was happened with the solar wind company, especially oriented suit. Then so we are going to study what are the mitigation strategies to avoid this type of attack in future. So any company can follow these mitigation strategies to avoid that this type of data breaches as well as this type of attack. So first is preventive measures. So implement least privilege access policies for employees and vendors to minimize the risk. So the access to the employee should be minimum privilege and all other vendors which are associated with the company. The access should not like entire access should not be with them. Then next thing is multi-factor authentication. So there should be a multi-factor authentication and encryption communication to enhance the security. Then next is employee training. So all of the employees should have the basic knowledge of the cyber security and how to protect our system or as well as data from the external breaches or as well as threats. So this knowledge should be with the employee and companies should train all the employees with this knowledge. In AI-driven threat detection, so we should incorporate AI with our system as well as data to detect some types of threats. So when there are the possibility of threats, the AI should tell us that these threats are coming, or it should handle without our permission also. Then next is the access control review. So companies should periodically review and update the access control policies to maintain the request security. So now we are in the last section of our presentation in the conclusion section. So in conclusion, uh, we have get the importance of addressing the insider risk. So what are the risks of insider? So the insider is nothing but our internal employee or our past employee. So what are the risks from these insiders? So we have got the importance about this insider and then adoption of multi-layered security framework. Like there should not be a single layer of security. There should be multi-layer security with the encryption techniques. Like in a communication, there should be encryption. Also, the password should be like two or three passwords should be there. Then protective evaluation of third-party software. So whenever we install a third-party software to perform certain tasks, there should be a protective evaluation, proactive evaluation. It is vital for the organization to proactively access the vulnerabilities associated with the third-party software to mitigate the risk. So these things we have learned from the case study, that is this SolarWinds case study. So I will suggest you that data is very important in this part, and data is traveling so fastly. Like in 2 3 years, whatever the data is present till now, 90% of data is being created in past 2 through 3 years. So data is spreading so fastly. So maintain the security in your data. You should not provide your sensitive information to in the hands which will misuse that data. And also companies should not provide the users data to any other companies, like they should not misuse their data. So That's it about the presentation. I hope you like the presentation. If you like the presentation, please like and comment whatever the suggestions you have. You can comment it below. So thank you everyone.